Yes, this is SJ Talks. I notice a lot of people are protesting against Donald Trump. A lot of protests are taking place. Because Donald Trump is doing too much. Donald Trump and the Muskrat is doing too much. Um, they're trying to roll back segregation. I'm gonna do another video talking about that. I'm gonna read an article and go into that later. Talking about rolling back segregation and trying to do away with Department of Education and all these other things, these programs that's benefiting um, working the working class and the poor Americans. He's doing too much, um, and a lot of people are protesting. They want to try to get him out of there, and they said something about he's trying to ban um, transgenders from the armed services. I read something about getting. Now I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is. I just read a video, the title of the video, trying to get blacks out of the service. You know, I just read the title of the video. I didn't click on it. I don't know how true that is. I think a federal judge had to stop because he's trying to ban transgenders from the armed services. So he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. He's doing way too much. And what I don't understand is why is the judge have to keep intervening, and how come Congress is not intervening? What the heck is Congress doing? They're just sitting on their butts doing nothing. I mean, why is it that the judge keeps intervening and Congress is not doing anything? So I think now he's trying to get rid of one of the judges. He's trying to get rid of one of the judges. The judge, I think the judge that that stopped his when he's trying to put the ban on the transgender going into the armed services. The judge that's trying to put a stop to that, he's trying to get him out of there. Talking about they're bad judges and all this kind of stuff. So he only wants judges in there that's going to go along with everything he's trying to do. Somebody's got to regulate him. Somebody's got to put a stop to what he's trying to do. Congress ain't doing nothing. They just sitting on their butts. And a lot of people, he um when Kamala in during the presidential debate when she brought up 2020 Project 2025, he denied it and act like he didn't know nothing about it. And now he's trying to do everything. I didn't read it. I didn't really want to read it. Now they say he's trying to do everything that's on it. So, and he told, well, some of the things he said he was going to do in the campaign, like deportation and I don't know what part of that people didn't get. A lot of the Mexicans voted for him, and but he lied. He told a lot of lies too when he was running. He told a lot of lies, and people voted. I think people thought that he was going to be giving away some stimulus money. It was during the pandemic. That's the only reason why we got it, and he was on his way out, so he's trying to make himself look good. Um, I don't know why a lot of people was under the impression that they was going to get some stimulus money, and he told some lies. He said what he's trying to do, follow through what he says he's going to do. Some of the things he says he's going to do. But then some things he lied about it. He lied, act like he didn't know what Project 2025 was, and now he's trying to do things that's on that. So see, a lot of the people that voted for him are blindsided, and so um, everything he's doing is affecting um, people, everybody. It's affecting everybody, all the jobs that he eliminated. He took a lot of um, veterans that had jobs working at the VA. He got rid of a lot of them. These people fought for the country. That's the thanks that they get. He's eliminated a lot of federal positions. A lot of federal employees lost their jobs. Some white guy was crying, saying that not because he lost his federal job, but because I guess he has a business and His business is starting to suffer. I don't know what type of business he said he had, but he said his business is starting to suffer, and now he's gonna have to sell everything. I mean, he was in tears. So it's a lot. Um, the people that voted for him probably didn't think that what he was gonna do was gonna affect them, but now what he's doing is affecting everybody across the board, because Trump don't care nothing about poor people. He doesn't care about the working class. He doesn't care about the poor. He doesn't care about the minorities. Donald Trump cares about is the millionaires. Okay, giving them tax breaks, corporate welfare. That's all he cares about. He don't care about nobody else. He don't care about minorities. He don't care about nobody else. He don't care about nobody's rights. That's why he's trying to roll back segregation. He doesn't care. Okay, he doesn't care about women. He's a misogynist. He don't care about minorities, black people, especially black folks. He don't care about nobody. You know, he's going too far with the deportation. He did say that he was going to get the criminals, the people that were coming here and committing crimes and stuff like that, and people just pouring into this country illegally. He said that he's going to get a handle on that. He didn't say nothing about deporting people that had been here for years and years and years, paying their taxes, working hard, taking care of their families. He didn't say nothing about deporting them. He just said he was going to get rid of the criminals and the people that just all of a sudden is pouring into this country illegally. He said he's going to try to get a handle on that. He didn't say anything about deporting people that has been here for years and working hard and paying their taxes. But now a lot of Mexicans voted for him. And I'm still not clear as to why they did. If he was talking about deportation, I don't know what part of that didn't they understand. And so a lot of them feel blindsided. And they didn't want Kamala in there. They didn't want they didn't. She was a woman of color, and they didn't want her in there, and that's why they voted for him. So, but he lied. He lied too to get he snaked his way in there. And so, people, I guess this DEI thing is going to affect. See, I think a lot of the people that voted for him didn't think that it was going to affect, what he was going to do was going to affect them. They thought it was going to affect minorities and stuff like that. But why would you want him to do anything to anybody? Why would you want him to do anything to anybody? That's your heart is cold if you want him to do anything to anybody. Why would you want him to cut and affect anybody's life? You shouldn't want him to affect anybody's life. So that's a cold-hearted way of thinking right there, and it's certainly not a godly way of thinking. You can't call yourself godly if you want something bad, that you want him to do something and take away and him to affect other people's life. You can't be a godly person if you have that mindset. But that's what a lot of them thought. A lot of them thought what he was going to do was going to affect others and not affect them. But now what he's doing is affecting everybody across the board. But the rich people are the only ones that's not being affected by what he's doing. Talking about cutting Section 8 and all this stuff. He's doing a lot. I mean, we was already in a housing crisis in this country. We was already dealing with a housing crisis. Now he's doing this stuff with the tariffs. I don't fully educate me in the comment section. I don't fully understand this tariff situation. He about to get all our electricity shut off. He about to get our electricity bills increased. Eggs and all that is through the roof. Food prices were already through the roof. Now everything is going to be worse, because why don't he just leave them folks alone? See, no other president was trying to do all this stuff. Now I admit I don't fully understand this tariff situation, but he needs to just leave it alone. Oh, it's going to hurt for a little bit. But we can't afford to be hurt for a little bit. People are struggling. We can't afford to be hurt for a little bit. Some people are only a couple of weeks away or a month away or whatever of getting put out on the street already. Our poverty rates and homeless rates are already through the roof. People can't be suffer for just a little bit. Folks is already suffering and going through stuff. What is wrong with him? See? But this is what he's doing, and it's affecting everybody across the board. And now people are starting to realize that, and people are protesting and rallying, trying to get him out of there. And I said all that to say this. We need to start sticking together. And when I say we, I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about everybody as a human race. The human race, we've been disobedient to God. What did the Bible say? The Bible told us to love thy neighbor. He told us to love thy neighbor and to help one another. Well, when you love your neighbor, you're going to help them, right? That's what he told us not to do. He told us not to hate. But what have we been doing as Americans all these years? Now, not me, but what? Hating, racism, discrimination, hating people because they're different and not like you. They're not the same race as you, or they don't have the same beliefs as you, or whatever. Isn't that the American way? Isn't that what America has always done? Americans have always done. 9/11 didn't teach us anything. The pandemic didn't teach us anything. We were supposed to come together during the pandemic, but we didn't. So God allowed Trump to get in there to show us what is it going to take for us to connect the dots. God said, have love amongst each other. We are supposed to have love amongst each other. And we're being disobedient and we're not having love amongst each other. Now, folks is coming together in these rallies. But we need to come together as a human race. It shouldn't be no separate stuff. Every race out for their own. It really shouldn't be like that. We're supposed to all be coming together and working to help one another. And maybe this is what it's going to take for us to finally get it and come together. We need to come together as a human race, because at the end of the day, we all are brothers and sisters. All of us are brothers and sisters. Black people, we were the first people on the planet. Yes, we were. Do your research. The first people on this earth was people of color. Okay, so everybody comes from people of color. There's a geographical reason why we're all different nationalities and colors and all that. It's a geographical reason for that. But at the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters. It's just like when you have kids, even if they have the same father, those kids are gonna have they're gonna have some similarities, but they're gonna be different. They're gonna have some similar qualities, but they're gonna be some differences. They're not gonna be like clones. Even if all your children have the same father, they're not gonna be clones. They're all gonna be different. They might favor each other, but they're gonna be different. They're gonna be different. They're gonna have some different. Each child's gonna have some different characteristics because genetics. And each child gonna have their own personality. Each child is still gonna be different, even though they got the same set of parents. So that's with God. He's our Father. We're all brothers and sisters. Now, we may be all different races and colors and nationalities, but we're all part of the human race. We all got the same organs and body parts. All of our bodies operate the same way, but we just look different on the outside, and we just have different nationalities and cultures. But on the inside, we're all the same because we're all God's children. We're all of His children, and so that's why He tells us we need to love one another. We need to have love amongst each other and help one another. Stick together. Help one another. Stop all this hatred. Stop all this racism or hating people because they're different or because their beliefs might be different from yours. Their culture is different from yours. Stop hating on folks. And we need to start coming together in love like God told us to do, and have love amongst each other and help each other out. I guarantee you, if we start doing that as a human race, if we start doing that, we will see God's hand move. We will see God working. We will see God working. God will bless the land. He will bless our land. If he will bless us. And he will block out any adversary that's coming against us. Okay? But we got to do things God's way. And the reason why all this stuff is happening is because we're disobedient. Because all these years and decades, it's been nothing but hatred. Nothing but hatred. Bloodshed and everything else because of hatred. And if we do what God told us to do, is love thy neighbor and be obedient. We got to walk in obedience. And when we walk in obedience, God will do the rest. Because if you don't believe in God, you better start. You better start. Bible said, put no trust in man. You see what man is doing. You see what that man is doing. He doesn't have our best interest at heart. We got to look to God. And I mean all of us. And we got to stop all this hatred and this racism and stuff. You don't have to agree with somebody or go along with somebody's beliefs to love them. You don't. But we must have love amongst each other. Back in the old days, they used to operate on the barter system. Way back in the olden days, they operated on the barter system. If you have something that I need and I have something you need, we trade it. We trade off. Why can't we do stuff like that? And do things to help each other. Have that love amongst each other. Because I'm telling you, if we do that as a people, as a human race, as brothers and sisters, we will see a change. We will really see God's hand move. And that's all I wanted to say. I went into all that to say that. Think about what I said now. And make sure you share this video. This is an important message. Share this video. Whoever listening to this video, you make sure you share, like it, hit that like button so to hit that algorithm up, and make sure you share. I want to make sure you share this video. Whoever's listening to this video, you share it. But that's what needs to happen. We need to come together as a human race. Brothers and sisters. We're all God's children. And we need to start acting like it. Be blessed.